And Dan Raviv is a journalist and columnist for Newsday. He joins me now live from Perugia in Italy. Nice place to be there, Dan. Good to see you. Okay,
My
so
pleasure, Michelle.
immediately after this was signed, we heard the Israeli Prime Minister make a pretty bold statement. First, he said it's not every day an enemy state recognizes the state of Israel. So in the same breath, almost as signing an agreement with its neighbor, Israel reinforces that it's an enemy state and extrapolates that to say that Lebanon is recognizing Israel, which Lebanon was quick to say it does not. Do those words mean this was all basically for politics because Israel has an election coming up in a matter of days?
Only partially for politics, Michelle. It is quite true. November 1st is election day in Israel, and Prime Minister Yair Lapid wants to look like a winner who has added to the number of Arab countries that recognize the Jewish state of Israel. As you know, just a few years ago, Israel was able to score that, largely thanks to then President Donald Trump, with the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain and a handful of other countries. But Lebanon, as you said, Lebanon is denying this is recognition of Israel. It is an economic deal. Certainly, a lot of value here. As your report said, the fact that natural gas can now be extracted from those fields in the Mediterranean, Israel and Lebanon will share the revenues. And where I am right now in Southern Europe, I can tell you that Italy and other countries are looking forward to another source of energy, not to be so dependent on Russia.
Another thing Lapid said was that this agreement is going to give Israel more freedom of action against Hezbollah. What did he mean by that?
Well, I was surprised by that because the claim had been on the part of the Israeli negotiating team that if they make this deal with Lebanon, even though it involves some economic concessions, letting Lebanon also profit from the natural gas, that way Lebanon's very powerful Hezbollah party, representing so many Shiite Muslims, would not attack the gas fields and maybe wouldn't be so likely to attack Israel. And then you have Lapid saying that the freedom of action has been restored. Well, that part I'll say is for Israeli voters. The fact is, Lebanon and Israel are not at peace. Hezbollah and Israel are certainly not at peace. On the other hand, there is this economic deal that if a war were to break out, they would both be financial losers.
And of course, as this is going on, Lebanon has been in an absolutely dire, shocking economic state. It's unfortunate that they won't reap profits from this prospective gas field that they've gotten. It could take a couple of years, we're hearing. But does this mean that one day Lebanon could be a very wealthy gas-producing nation?
Yeah, well, the delay, that's one way of looking at it, could be a bit of a problem. But frankly, Lebanon has been out of money. Again, from the Israeli side, by the way, officials say now Lebanon won't be so dependent on Iran and Syria for some financial input to the country. So again, that might contribute to peace. President Joe Biden of the United States said that this deal could contribute to stability. I don't know that Lebanon will be very rich, that very fragmented country with a lot of problems. But on the other hand, financially, this should help.
All right, Dan, excellent to talk to you.
Pleasure.